Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to In Divine Time Tarot. My name is Myra and I am your reader. Today, we are going to be jumping into the energy of the week, with today being 10/6. So, I kind of shuffled before this, and these are the base cards for our week. So, let's just hop right into the reading and not delay. All right, guys. So I've kind of discussed this in the astrological reading, and I'm going to kind of like dive further into this on a more personal level, right? So this week, a lot of us are going to be faced with some harsh realities, and we're going to have to decide to choose a path. Either we're going to continue the path of doing things that may take us out of our comfort zone, may put us in a place where we have to walk the path alone, or we can continue to be surrounded by people, things that no longer serve us and will only keep us in repetitive cycles that are not going to allow us to grow. Those are the choices that we are going to make this week that are either going to make or break us. There are some of us that have a very clear idea about where we want to go and what we want to do. This sunflower right here, primarily representing the vision that we are holding for ourselves, like where we want to go, where we want to be, the growth that we want to see in our lives, with this wand right here that the Queen of Wands is holding, representing kind of like the plan, the action that we are needing to take to get there, right? So we can see the vision, we see the focus, we can see her looking off, but we also see that she's steadfast in her plan, right? But if you notice, like around, let me pick up the card so you can see, like around the arm part, it looks kind of like hands that are pulling her down. And we see this cat sitting here, right? So typically when we think about cats are considered like guardians. They're like guardians of knowledge and things like that. They also serve as a kind of like warning. Within this reading, what I'm feeling is that there are going to be people that we have in our life, and I'm also sensing that there are going to be habits that we have, maybe even some vices that we may have that we may be struggling with, right? We may be struggling with letting people go that we know are toxic. We may be struggling with letting habits go that we know are not going to help us move forward into the future. For some reason, I just heard overeating. So I don't know if someone's goal is like weight loss or just getting healthier in general, but I heard overeating. I'm also seeing that within this week, there are going to be some, let's say, illuminations, right? Which would make sense with this full moon, with the super full moon in Aries. We're going to see some illuminations of sides of people that we did not know exist, right? Maybe these people are people that we trusted, that we thought had our backs, that we thought were on the squad, we thought they was gang. And come to find out, they was just posing. They were just pretending this whole time, or they were just comfortable as long as you were in the same boat as them. But now that they see you got this focus, you know where you going, you see the goal. Now that they don't want to mess with you no more. And you looking back like, hey, like I thought we was good. I thought we was, the squad. I thought you all was my team. But now you seeing they never really supported you at all. Now, as I said, this also falls within habits and vices that we have, right? Some of us may be struggling with procrastination. Some of us may be struggling with having that inner self-confidence that we need. Maybe at times we feel like, yes, I'm definitely going to reach that goal. But then you have this person in your life, right? And that person could also be the inner critic you. That is, you feel like it's just pulling you down. They always got something negative to say. They never have anything positive to say. They can never congratulate you on anything, any mini milestone, any type of accomplishment. And now you are doubting yourself. You're doubting your ability to move forward. You're doubting your ability to be able to achieve your vision, your dream, your goal, whatever it is. Or maybe this habit that you have is stopping you from reaching that goal, right? And you feel like you can't give up this habit. For some people, it may be substance abuse, right? And for some of us, you feel like, I really can't do this. Like, I feel like, this thing has a hold on me. That's what I'm getting. Like, this thing has a hold on me, and I don't know if I will relapse and go back into this or not. And so this week, this is like one of those I'm getting like coming to something. I don't remember the term that people use, but it's like, like coming to God, or I don't know what the term is, but it's basically like one of these weeks where everything becomes clear. You already know what you want. You already know the steps you need to take to get there. You just have to do it. Now, some of us are going to take these steps, but it is going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie to you. It is going to be challenging because this is going to be a walk, especially if this is you separating from people that you used to be close to, whether those people are family or friends, and you are heavily reliant on them or heavily close to them, and you like shared everything with them, like your wins, your losses, everything like that. This is going to be a hard road to travel, but you can do it because you have the vision, you have the discipline, you know where you want to go. It's just you have to be willing to walk that path for a season by yourself if that's what you need to do. Some of us will return back to these old patterns. Not everybody is going to move forward. And I talked about this when I did the astrological reading, when I said not everybody is going to move into this space of this new spiritual awakening that we're heading into, right? There are going to be some people that choose to stay plugged in. And in this reading, it's the same thing. There are going to be people that choose to keep staying within these cycles because these cycles feel familiar. And even if they're toxic or even if they don't provide growth, they are familiar. And people will settle for the familiar than to journey into the unknown, right? And so we need to be cognizant of how we are deciding to move forward, who we are deciding to move forward with, and also being comfortable in our decision. Because once we move forward, we are not moving backwards. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull some additional cards. Spirit, what else do you have for us for... Alrighty, that came out pretty quickly. I'm out for the week of 10-6. Okay, beautiful people. So we have nothing will come of this situation. Work through your fears and look at the bigger picture. This is what I'm talking about. When I say nothing will come of this situation, Spirit is saying that nothing will come of staying in these repeated cycles. If you want change, if you want this vision that you're holding right here to come to fruition, then you have to be able to realize that the current cycle that you're in, the habits that you have, the people that you surround yourself with, those things have to change, because you're just going to find yourself like on a hamster wheel of doing the same thing, talking to the same people, having the same conversations, making the same mistakes over and over again. And if you want the things that you want, if you want this vision to come true, look at the bigger picture, right? You have to be able to move past your uncomfortableness or your fears or whatever it is that wants to keep you in this place where you're constantly looking back and thinking, oh well, maybe, maybe I should go back to these people. They're walking away while you're still looking back at them, right? Work through your fears. This is an insecurity, right? This is an insecurity of being alone on this journey. This is an insecurity of feeling like maybe I can't do it on my own. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not pretty. Whatever the thing is, whatever the fear is, you have to be able to walk through this in order to move forward. And why is that? Because what you want is going to come to fruition. Look at the bigger picture, right? So let's go ahead and pull from one more deck. Okay, Spirit, what last piece of advice do we have for the week of 10? All right, so here we have Dove Spirit, be peace. Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Well Spirit, trust the great mystery. And Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. I mean, could we be any more clear? When we come to this place and we decide to finally move forward with things that serve us instead of finding ourselves in toxic cycles that do not serve us anymore, this feeling of peace that we will have over our lives, about the decisions that we made, about the people that we decided to let go, is going to feel immeasurable, right? When your life starts to go the way that you want it to go and you realize, oh my gosh, like I feel like this sense of peace that I've never felt before. Even if, let's say, everything is not perfect, you still feel this sense of like incredible peace that you don't have to worry about anything. Like you don't have to deal with toxicity. You don't have to deal with, like, even if that toxicity is coming from within you, this is not something that you have to deal with any longer. This be playful spirit is, once you find that place where you can rest within your peace, where your peace becomes unshakable, there is this kind of wonder and like childlikeness that you may feel in terms of, I don't have anything stressing me out. I can like go out and have a good time by myself. I can go to get coffee or dinner by myself, or a show, or go to a park and read a book. And there's just like this energy of playfulness to that. Trust the great mystery. You have to trust the process that you're on, even when it's scary, even when you're like, looking back over your shoulder, right? Because you're not sure of how this is going to turn out. You have to trust the mystery. You have to trust the process of what is happening, because it's only going to work out for your highest and greatest good. Like Spirit said, look at the bigger picture. Freedom is yours. The things that you want, the things that you desire, you can have them. They're yours already. They're yours already. It's just, are you willing to do the things that you need to do? Are you willing to make the changes that you need to change in order to have the type of life that you want, in order to have the type of romantic relationships you want, in order to have the type of financial status that you want? Are you willing to make the change to let go of things that are no longer serving you, whether that be toxic habits or toxic people? You have a choice to make. And we all know that, like, when from the astrological reading that I did earlier this week, that this week is all about initiation. It's all about starting that process of change. And within that, right, we have to be able to decide, you know what, I want this new life. I want this new beginning. I want this new relationship. I want to, lose 50 pounds or gain 50 pounds or, get ripped, or whatever the thing is, right, that you want to be able to see manifest into your life. Now is the time to begin it. This is the week where you take those steps to initiate the change that you want and keep walking forward, even if it's hard. That's it, you guys. That's all I got for the energy of the week reading. I'm trying to not make these like 30 minutes. So I hope that you got everything that you needed from this reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, definitely feel free to do that. I will include all of the booking information in the bio. Thank you so much for tuning in to In Divine Time Tarot, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.